Good evening. Can anybody tell, based on what I look like and what I'm wearing, what I did this evening? I went back to the spa. Turns out the amenities like the sauna, steam room, hammam room, the relaxation room, and the tea and the water and all that stuff is just included for hotel guests. So I just went back after a very long day. I walked almost 13 miles, or the equivalent of 20 kilometers, for friends of mine who I have met along the way who speak in kilometers, around San Souci, I think is the name of the park. So I went looking for a palace, a specific palace, one that Clarissa on the train recommended, and also that Karen went to yesterday after we parted ways. And I just went and wandered around Potsdam, and it was such a beautiful place. Mostly the giant park. I mean, it was huge. They had the main palace and then all kinds of other ones. And because I didn't do a tour or anything, I can't really speak to the history or anything like that as far as why was there a Charlotten something palace, and why was there a new palace and an old palace and a San Souci palace and all kinds. So anyways, you'll see in all the pictures and videos and stuff, but it was a beautiful park. I got there about 11 o'clock this morning, wandered for a few hours, went to a place called the Dragon House for lunch, walked to some ruins that aren't actually ruins. Some king back in the 1770s, 60s wanted, they're replica ruins. I actually took a picture of the sign describing it because it seemed a little crazy. And then they ended up getting bombed in World War II. So the replica ruins that already looked like ruins now got ruined. And so there's a whole story about that. So yeah, like I said, about 20 kilometers, 13 miles of walking today. I think it's probably my longest walking day of this whole trip. It surpassed my Luxembourg Gardens in Paris day and my Rome day. That was my other longest walker. Decided to just get Subway. It sounds horrible, but I had such a nice dinner last night, kind of fancy. And then I just didn't want to get dressed again and go out and have to find anything. And so I just stopped at Subway on my way back. But I'll have you know, Subways here don't have ranch dressing. Nowhere here has ranch dressing. And the girl at Subway said every single American that comes in to Subway asks about ranch dressing. So at least it's not just me. Yeah, had Subway, sat in my room for a little bit, put my feet up. My feet were so swollen after walking so long. And then my friend Stefan from yesterday messaged, and he just said, safe travels. It was so nice to meet you yesterday, blah, blah, blah. And then I thought to myself, I wonder if I can use the spa when I'm not having a treatment. So his message actually triggered me looking into being able to go to the spa. And because of that, I did. So hooray. So he wasn't there. I did run into another nice man in the spa, started talking. He's got two little girls, 7 and 8. So we talked a lot about them. Talked about my trip and other stuff. He was in Florida for work in February, so he spoke better English than Stefan did, so it's a little easier to talk to him. Yeah, so just hung out in the relaxation room and in the sauna and stuff, and vegged and had some water and some tea, and I just came back up to my room and I'm sitting on the patio because I don't want to shoot another boring hotel video. So I'm giving you a crazy background of my balcony and lovely construction going on over there. One thing occurred to me. I mentioned yesterday that I keep saying, every day is great, every day is great, every day is great. And I don't want anyone who's watching this to get the wrong impression and start to think, she's just sugarcoating everything. because I don't think that's it. I actually think that it's my perspective has changed a bit in this journey. I'm just finding more great in the little things than I used to. It used to be so necessary for me to have something spectacular happen in order for it to be a great day. Otherwise, it was just a normal ho-hum, run-of-the-mill day, unless something really exciting happened. I'm finding excitement in just about everything now. Not excitement necessarily, but joy, peace. And so that's turning every day into a great day, even when things don't go perfectly. So I think there's just been a little bit of a switch in my brain. I'm able to appreciate the little things a little bit better than I used to. So I'm grateful for that. Tomorrow is travel day to Copenhagen. And then I have a couple days there. I did shorten my days of staying in Copenhagen from 4 to 2. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to spend more time in Copenhagen if I'd like to do so. It just means I'm going to go and stay with my cousin 2 days early. But they are only an hour or half an hour. So from Malmö, it's only half an hour. From their country place, it's an hour train ride to Copenhagen. So if I decide in my 2 days after doing Tivoli Gardens, and I'm doing a canal boat tour, and I'm doing a bike tour, if I decide in those 2 days that there's more I want to see and do, or even just wander about the city, I'm going to be with my cousin for now 9 days instead of 7, meaning if I decide I want to do more Copenhagen, I'm staying with him, but I can take the train over. So save me a little bit of money on hotels and get to spend more time with family, but potentially not really sacrifice anything from the perspective of being able to enjoy Copenhagen. So looking forward to that. And yeah, just another lovely day. You'll see tons of pictures and video. So I'm gonna shut up, not make this video so long. See you in Copenhagen. Good morning. I am heading to Potsdam. My friend Karen went there yesterday and took some beautiful pictures. And the girl that I met on the train from Vienna also recommended it. So I feel like that's the place to go. It's only a 40-minute train ride. So off I go. Okay, I think I found the right train. Just hope I bought the right ticket. All right, I made it to Potsdam. Anxiety the entire train ride because I wasn't sure I bought the right ticket. Worst case scenario, they ask for a ticket, they tell me it's the wrong ticket, and I have to buy the right ticket. So not a big deal, but I was still stressed out about it. So then I get to the Potsdam train station and I pretend, using the machine that I think is the right machine versus the one that I used, and I put in all the information about just essentially reversing my trip, and it was the right ticket. Ha! This is like my dream garden. It's designed in a specific color setup. So you got your blues and whites. You got pinks and purples in this little zone here. Over here you got blues and purples. Over there you got whites. Over there you've got like reds and kind of deep magenta. This is exactly how I would design my garden if all flowers and plants didn't die when I came in contact with them. Okay, this is a situation where I really wish I wasn't by myself right now, because there's not a single person up there. How awesome would a picture be from that balcony up there? Especially considering I'm wearing bright pink. Be Annika and her palace. This will have to do. Nobody about to take my picture up on that balcony. Still pretty cool. Stopped to have lunch at a place called the Dragon House. So just waiting on my lunch now. Oop, and it's ready. So I'm trying to eat this salad. And I am eating it, begrudgingly. But I'm only making this video to acknowledge one very important thing. I miss ranch dressing. They have a Brandenburg gate here in Potsdam as well. Just want to remember this moment, so I'm taking a sec to keep it fresh in my brain. So the walk from where I was wandering about this castle and this park grounds, it's a good 45 minutes to an hour if I added on a couple of looky-loo stops along the way, which of course I wanted to do here in Potsdam. And I found one that was just an icon of a camera on the maps. It said tourist attraction photo spot. So I thought, well, it's on the lake. That'll be pretty. I'll head over there. Well, it turns out it's a private boat club. I started walking down the road. I get halfway down the road and I see that the gate is closed. I go, must be private. Turn around and start heading back the other direction. Well, there's a guy coming out of that gate riding his bike. And he just stopped as I was walking the other way, and he's like, start speaking to me in very fast German. And I said, I'm so sorry, I don't speak German. And he switches right to English. And he was so kind. He explained it was a private boat club, and he was sorry he couldn't help me. And I said it was no problem, I totally understand. We proceeded to talk about accents and
and Swedish people having the ability to speak perfect English with no accent, and told me about his little boy who's 4 that he's on his way to go pick up. And every single person that I meet is kind. I don't know, maybe I just put off really good, positive energy vibes, and so people are nice to me, but really good experience. Just wanted to make sure it was fresh in my brain.